What's going on, guys? Chris here with Forge Through Faith, and today we're going to talk about goals, okay? So this isn't your standard, create a SMART goal video. Basically, what I want to talk about is how goals can be helpful and how for some folks they can actually hinder them, okay? So, guys, when it comes to creating goals, the type of person you are really can dictate what those goals are. So a lot of people sit down, they have a big long-term goal they want to accomplish, and that's great. However, the problem with most goals is that they're very product oriented. Basically, there's an outcome you're trying to achieve. So they're outcome oriented is how I should phrase it. That can be tough, though. As coaches, we're trying to preach fall in love with the process, embrace the process, but have an outcome-oriented goal. Those can conflict sometimes. So basically what I've come to find is that for some folks, those long-term goals, even though they're outcome-oriented, are needed. For some folks, it helps them stay focused on where they want to go. It helps them, it actually helps them embrace the process because they know, all right, I'm trucking towards this end goal. It gives them a place to shoot for. And as long as it's in line with that person's why, it can be super, super helpful. But for other folks, those outcome-oriented long-term goals can be a little bit of a hindrance because it's something that you're consistently not attaining until you maybe get to that point. You know what I mean? You're not at that point yet, and for a lot of people, that can be discouraging. The other thing is you're essentially in a constant state of coming up short, you know what I mean? And that without creating momentum behind smaller goals, smaller process-oriented goals, can be really discouraging for some folks. So I found that there are basically those two main people. So one person needs that long-term outcome-oriented goal to keep them focused on where they want to go. Other folks, you need to just chunk it down and say, okay, you're going to focus on little process-oriented goals, and when you're able to kind of do that consistently, you're going to end up where you want to be. Okay, so there's kind of that duality in it, and I think as coaches, it's super important to recognize which bucket our athlete falls in and direct their goal setting appropriately. Okay, so I encourage you to do some soul searching, look into yourself. Which person do you think you are, and then create your goals appropriately around that.